think there's 1,000 ducks on the lake right now. There's more coming. I guess these might be geese actually. Yep. Oh no, they're all coming. There's sour. Come on, Georgie. Yes, wait. This is for Georgie. Good morning, guys. It is one of the last few summer mornings where it is warm enough to be wearing a dress outside. Almost every single time we come out here with apples or carrots to give to the cows, they are never right next to the fence, but we got lucky today. They came to the fence. To be fully transparent with you guys, I have been struggling a little bit more lately. Just feels like there is a lot going on in the world, and that combined with the fact that I feel very lonely lately out here in the German countryside. I'm struggling to form lasting community. I'm really struggling with my German, and all of that just kind of has been combining into a soup of sadness that I'm going to try to pick myself out of today. I feel like at this point I don't really know what the future holds, but I do know one thing for certain, and that is making things is a great antidote for when you're feeling really sad. So let's make some stuff. These pots are the very first that I ever made. It was 2021. I was on the road, living in my van, traveling all over the place, and I stumbled upon this pottery studio where I made these pots. I love them. I used them every single day in the van. Only when I moved here to Germany, they all shattered during shipping, and I was so sad about it. They're the only ones that I have. And for the longest time, they sat shattered in so many pieces in one of the cabinets in our house. I didn't even know which pieces went to which bowl, and I didn't really think it would get to a point of where I would be able to make them whole again. I'd seen videos and read a little bit about kintsugi, which is a traditional Japanese art form where you repair broken pottery with gold lacquer. But it is a very detailed, time-intensive process that I did not think I was capable of doing. That being said, there are a lot of westernized fake versions of the kintsugi practice that you can find online. And so I purchased myself a kit. I sat down for hours, puzzled all of these together as best as I possibly could. There's actually still a bunch of pieces that I wasn't able to place or wouldn't fit properly in this bowl. And I did my very best to bring these back to life. And the whole idea behind kintsugi, this gold lacquer showing off the broken bits of the pots, is to highlight the beauty and imperfection. And how beautiful and cool is that, that I now have my very first pots whole again in their new forms. Now they are not functional. If you put soup in this, it would not turn out very nicely for you, but their new forms are beautiful, and I'm definitely going to be displaying them on my shelves here in the library as kind of a testament to how far I've come and where my love of ceramics originated. And I actually really love them, especially this one with all of the gaping jagged edges. I just think it looks really cool. So yes, broken and scarred, but still beautiful and full of stories. It is time to take a little break. I am feeling very hungry. I think I want to make some tacos and I want to use my new plates. I recently made my first ever dinner plates out of clay. I'm eventually planning on doing all of our tableware out of clay, but I've barely gotten to use them, so I definitely want to use them today. And in honor of that, I do want to say a thank you to today's sponsor, CleaDeep, who has kindly sent us this new fume hood that we're trying out. Even though we hadn't had our old fume hood for very long since we renovated this kitchen last year, we just didn't really like it. It wasn't a good fit. It wasn't powerful enough. Sometimes the whole house would stink up afterwards, and so we've been looking for a new one. And this one is just so much better. I was initially a little bit nervous to replace our old fume hood just because I worried that it would take a lot of time and effort, but Ellie and I had the new one installed in less than 30 minutes, and that's after drilling into brick wall. Let's just say that our smoke alarm is on an extended holiday. This fume hood does instant high-speed suction up to 13 meters per second. It's designed to keep any smoke plumes away from your face and body, and it also measures real-time PM 2.5. And it is so satisfying to watch the numbers dropping so dramatically while you're using the fan. It also automatically keeps ventilating just a little bit longer after you're done using the fan to make sure your air is really clean. It is super easy to clean. There's no sticky oil screen you have to take off because all the oil is funneled down into this bottom sliding drawer that is treated so that there's no sticky buildup. With a wave of your hand, you can change the fan speed, so high tech, and it just has this beautiful, modern, sleek design. Overall, it's just so much better for us and our health, and I'm so happy that we made the switch. If you guys are interested in checking them out, you can click on the link in the description box below. Thank you so much to CleaDeep for sponsoring today's video. Our house no longer stinks, and we are healthier as well. I came out to the studio today to look at all of the pots that I made out in the forest in last week's video, and you guys are gonna think I'm a little crazy, but I don't know how much I really like them. I looked at some of the earlier ones I made, and there's one mug in particular that I just love more than all the rest, and I think that is going to be the final form. And so today I want to make my very first template. It's basically a way that hopefully it'll make my throwing process of these mugs so much faster in the future. So here is our attempt. All I have to do is wedge out some clay and see how well this works. I've never used one of these before, so I have no idea if I did a good job. I might try to sand it down a little bit just so there's less grooves here in the middle so we don't get a bunch of clay trapped in there, and then we'll see if it works. It has been too many days since I sat here, and I'm happy to be back. Let's see how this goes, you guys. Wish us luck! Okay, so now I think we need to bring it in, make it more of a tube that we can bend to our will. Is this gonna work, guys? Did that kind of work? Now I want to make 40 more. I ended up making 12 of these, and you can see how similar it looks to the one we made our stencil out of. It's a little bigger because it still is drying and it'll shrink more, but I'm very, very happy with how these turned out. We have another very hot day, so these are drying really fast. I'm not going to be able to trim them today, so I'm going to cover them in a plastic sheet, put them away, and that feels really cool. It feels like a really easy way to speed up the process, and it was really fun learning with the template for the first time, so I definitely want to try it for some of the other designs that I've made too. But for a few hours in the studio, I'm pretty happy with that. Don't let the charm of this fool you. We are in a battle with these blackberry bushes as they try to take over our garden. Definitely could have worse problems than having to harvest a bunch of blackberries so that they don't take over once again. When we moved here, this entire garden was just blackberries. But they have some of the craziest thorns I've ever felt in my life. And as much as I like the fruit, sometimes I kind of wish that they weren't here. Uh-oh. That said, these blackberry bushes do house our army of house fairlings, and I love them, so it's worth it. Birds are going through these faster than ever. Molly! Oh, she's getting up. Molly! Josephine!
Oh, big stretch.
Wow, I do look quite tired.
You're peeing. Awesome. Oh my gosh, he's running. He's sprinting. Oh, she's licking his lip.